Hey team, it's day 6 of the 90 Day Challenge. Hope you're doing well. Hope you guys are having a great day. Just want to make sure that you're off to a good week, and we'll take a look at our 6 goals real quick, followed by I want to talk a little bit about just the gym and getting to work out in general from 2 sides of view. And then I also wanted to address one thing first before we jump into our goals, and that is, if you notice right here, I have aggressive written down. And I just want to, in all fairness, just throw out the fact that 1,000 calories a day, or 2 pounds a week on average, because there's 3,500 calories in a pound. So if you go 500, that's 1 pound a week. If you go 1,000, that's 2 pounds a week, because you're 7,000 calories less in a week. That's aggressive. It's an aggressive goal. And for myself, I've done this before. I've lost some weight. I haven't gotten all the way down to 206. That is one that I haven't seen for a while, and it's just something I really want to do. And for goals, I'm kind of a go big or go home type person. But really, 90 days, I really want to see how it's going to look for me. But I just want to say that 2 pounds a week is aggressive. So I'm going to have to tweak things as we move along. If you are interested in some gradual weight loss, if you haven't done this before, or if you're already kind of close to your goal weight, 1,000 calories a day is a lot to give up. I believe 500 is good as well. So just depending on what your goal is, I just want you to know, if you're coming along with me on the 2 pounds a week and you are decently overweight, you're probably good for the first 90 days. You probably will lose or average that 2 pounds during the 90 days, but as you get closer to your goal, you may have to make adjustments. Like after I get to my goal, I'm going to be at maintenance calories, so roughly 2,100 calories a day I'm going to stay at. You're not going to see some of the calories that I have come in. And if I want to start to get back, let's say I don't like how it looks, maybe I'm smaller than I want to be as far as from a skinniness perspective. I don't know if I've ever used the word skinny. I've always been called beefy. But just depending on how I feel at that weight, it might be something that I maintain, or I decide I don't feel that good. But we are in day 6, and what I want you guys to know is, if you have been following me, you might be getting a little cranky. You might be having a little lethargic, potentially kind of craving sweets, and maybe even dreaming about sweets. If you were a lot of sweets or salty eater beforehand, that's okay. That's normal. It's really normal. It stinks. It's not very much fun, but just so you know, you're going to have to get through the first 2 weeks. That's another thing I didn't tell you. The first 2 weeks are tough as well. Actually, you can almost do 3. That's pretty tough. But first one especially, but that getting from that first to second week, you're going to see me potentially in some bad moods next week. But anyway, I want to do this. I need to be healthy, and I want to get down to a weight where I've had secretly in the back of my mind is something I was always going to get to. And now that my kids are a little older, that was always an excuse. Anyway, I'm going to do it right now. This is a good opportunity. So wanted to let you know 2 pounds a week is aggressive. I just want you to know that a more common is 500 calories a day or 1 pound a week. My mom wanted to lose 50 pounds before her 50th wedding anniversary, and it's 2023 is when their wedding anniversary is, and I told her it's going to take her about a year. So about a pound a week is what's sustainable, and some people even say a half a pound, 250 calories a day. So depending on long-term weight loss, long-term success, a pound is what is normal or more common, I should say, not normal, more common for people to do. So just so you know, I just want to make that disclaimer. It is aggressive. You're coming along with me. You're going to see me make some tweaks and things of that nature, depending on how this number goes, but we're going to get there. So 228 is what I weighed in at. Hooray! I got an extra pound out of there. It was actually 227.8. I like to round up, so we're at 228. My goal is 206. Not quite a week into it, down 4 pounds. We want to average 2 pounds, so getting a little ahead of the pack. But I know as I get to those last couple weeks, I'll be screaming to try and get that extra half pound to pound down. So 1,686 calories yesterday. I just wasn't hungry. And I actually had to drink a protein shake at the end of the night, some casein protein. It's kind of a thicker protein that sits and kind of feeds your stomach all night. But I had to have that at the end of the night in order to make my protein of 202 grams. I'm only at 1,686, or roughly 1,700 calories. I'm a little bit under this, but overall, if I want to be averaging about 2,000, because if you use the rule of 10 on where I want to get to, 2,000 calories is about where I'm going to be eating for just a maintenance calories to maintain that weight. So I'm good here. As far as water is concerned, 140 ounces. Drank 2 of my 70-ounce water jug. I only got 6 hours of sleep though. Had a big week starting up for work, and my kids had to help them get stuff ready. It's not hard. I mean, I have older kids, one in college and 2 the senior and junior in high school still, but they still have things that you need to help them with and make sure they're getting some stuff done. They're still kids. You're still responsible for them, but that kept me up a little later. And then I did wake up in the night, so I believe the more water I gotta quit drinking water closer to going to bed. I think it was that protein shake that I had, because I do use coconut milk in those at 12 ounces of coconut milk, so that also helps flush through you as well. So only got 6 hours of sleep. That's not a good thing. I don't want to make a habit of that. I told you guys that yesterday when I got 6.5. I will work on this. I will get this again. 75 minutes of activity. I started a new program, but as you can see, went from 90 to 80, now it's 75. Just figuring out the regimen a little better, moving through it a little quicker because I'm planning it out a little better. So 75 minutes and 202 grams of protein. So got my 200 plus. Don't forget what I said about the goals being aggressive, but overall, I'm happy. I am a little lethargic. It could be the sleep. It could be the calorie restriction I've done on myself. I'm just not eating what I want. Haven't had a chip in a couple days, 3 days now, so a little different. But what I really want to talk today about is gym etiquette. And I want to talk to it from both sides of the view. One is for people like me who've been going to the gym for quite a while. As a matter of fact, I like to go to the gym. I actually need to go to the gym in order to hold myself accountable from a workout perspective. But so when you take a look at this, from my point of view, you want to make sure you're always wiping down your machines. There's a lot more people at the gym these days. You guys, so if you've been there a lot, you work your way around, you know your way around, let others work in with you, especially if they're going at a time when you go. You might have to shift your time back a little bit, or you guys are just going to have to share machines. But I believe the obesity pandemic in America is worse than the COVID pandemic, or as bad or worse than the COVID pandemic. I mean, we know that people die from heart attack and stroke every year, type 2 diabetes. It's only getting worse. Look at the numbers. You guys look it up at any website, you'll see the numbers are getting worse. So let the others work in with you. We need more people healthy in America, right? The last one is if you're not familiar with working out, go with a partner. And this is if you're going to go to a gym. If you're going to do your home workout and stuff, that's a different story. But if you're going to go to the gym and you don't really feel good about going by yourself, find a partner. The gym is an intimidating place. My 20-year-old is intimidated to go there, even though he has a dad like me who knows a way around and goes with him. I mean, one, he probably thinks it's weird to be with his dad, but two, it's still intimidating for him. I mean, you got your meatheads in the corner that are on some gear and don't compete. They just do it to look at themselves in the mirror and have big muscles. I mean, they look great. They look pretty damn huge, but they're taking vitamin S, and that's not what, the kid wants. So they're lifting the house, they're lifting all the weights. And then you have the couples that work out together, which I think is cool, but they're kind of doing their own thing and normally pretty fit together. So that's a little intimidating. And then you have, the people like me that are in there just kind of locked in doing their own thing, don't really notice people around them. So we seem like we're standoffish. And then you have the ones that wander around the outside, the newbies that really are just trying to figure out what to do. They're really kind of nervous. And if that's you, find a partner, get a trainer, get an app that tells you what to do, and get comfortable. We want you there. So those of us that have been there a long time, we want you there. We want everybody there. We know the world needs to be healthier. We're willing to help as well. Most of us are. Some of us are jerks. But, most of us are willing to help. And, we're going to do our best to make you feel welcome. But if you are intimidated by going to a gym and you really want to get there, it's that time of year where people normally get into the mode of, and there's deals on memberships, crazy deals on memberships. It's kind of the best time to even buy a membership. I know it's kind of New Year's and New Year's resolution as well, but if you're gonna go, grab a partner, grab a trainer. I know it costs money, but you are investing in your health, and if you want to live long enough to leave that legacy, you should probably do that. Or an app. There are some good apps, or there are good programs that you can purchase that you can follow along with that should help as well. So That was the short bit I wanted to talk about gym etiquette today. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment, or just send a private message to me, or whatever you want to do. I'll walk through some of those. But in the future, we're going to be going through a couple other things as it relates to being in the gym. I want to go through a few things as it relates to food and calorie density and other things like that. So thank you so much for following me. I appreciate it. If you have any comments, let me know. Otherwise, look forward to talking to you guys tomorrow. So thanks again.